Hi Mum! You do everything for everyone else. Let me help you make your life easier. Quick, short information to make you empowered and remind you why you are so important. Because if you don't know what's on the menu, how can you choose what's right for you? Hi, I'm Alina, Director of my private practice Supportive Therapy, an everyday Aussie mum trying not to lose my biscuits at my kids. As a mental health professional, I'm here to share my secrets so no other mother feels alone or powerless. Knowledge is power, and I want you to be powerful. Think of it like I'm your mindset coach through all of this. Everything is backed by science and psychology. I believe in you, and I want you to be the best version of yourself. To be happy and to feel in control, you need to be mentally strong. Hi everyone, welcome back to Mentally Strong Mums. My name's Alina Bishop, and this one here is a very important one for mums. So even though we're talking about the majority of the time the mums with their mental loads, we generally have the mental loads for everyone else. We put our kids first, the family first, all of that. But I think it's time to be able to start to prioritize us, right? So we generally use the analogy about a car, and your car needs to be serviced. So sometimes you just have to get a car service every 6 months to be able to keep the car running. Do you know what I mean? So if it's the start of the year and we've got the whole year ahead of us, can potentially get a brand new calendar, whether it be a manual calendar or a Google calendar or whatever online calendar you have. We've got to be able to set ourselves up for success throughout the year, right? And so analogies are fabulous for me because we think in pictures. So your body is essentially a vehicle. Your life has to be this lifelong marathon, and you've got to be able to prioritize yourself and how to be able to make you across the finishing line as best as you can with all of your wheels, right? So imagine your body and your mind are a car. So not just any car, it's your dream vehicle that you love, that you want to work on yourself, right? It takes you through the day, every single day, and it handles the chaos of school drop-offs, the late night teething, the never-ending to-do lists, these emotional conversations, your career goals, whether they're happening now or whether you have to postpone them, right? The sensory overload with everything, and that soul-level caregiving. But what happens when you put everyone first and you skip your own service? When you ignore your own warning lights, that's your fatigue or stress or burnout, turns into that emotional snappiness. And then potentially I realize that I have chronic pain. Next minute, I've got a chronic illness. Do you know what I mean? That's sometimes an indicator that the fuel tank has been on empty for such a long time, but you still keep on pushing to the next thing, okay? You then break down. And unlike a car, you can't just trade yourself in. You can't get a replacement. You know what I mean? This is your one body, your one mind, and your one life. You have to sustain yourself so that you can meet your grandkids. Okay? This is a marathon, and you've got to be able to start prioritizing yourself. So, for this year, especially in this moment now, I want you to treat yourself like a priority and not like a backup plan. So book the damn service, honey, okay? So we look at sometimes like the essential self-care calendar for mums, okay? So if we want to get specific, it's not just about good vibes or all of that kind of stuff. When we look at the logistics of things. So these is your must-have self-care maintenance list to get on the calendar, so that even if you want to book, just say once a month or once every 2 months, okay? So you've got to get a mole check, a mammogram, pap smear, go and see the dentist if you can. An annual blood test would be really good if you can get a really comprehensive one. Eye exams are very important too, and I had someone that had an eye exam and they picked up a brain something with their eye scan. Do you know what I mean? If you can, do little therapy sessions throughout the years if you can, or even a holistic session. So maybe you get an acupuncture here or a chiropractic here, a physio over here. Do you know what I mean? as well as your medication reviews. I've even had clients that have come in here and they thought they were diagnosed with one thing. They've been on the same medication at the same dose for about 11 years and they realized that things aren't that good. Go back and get a medication review because it's not working. You can't just set and forget some of these things, right? And if you can, especially at this time, please organise your Medicare claims or even your private health rebates. So a really good one if you are paying for private health, sometimes they have a page or a summary, or what you can also do is ask ChatGPT or Gemini, right? To be able to upload what your policy is. So then ask ChatGPT or ask them directly. Sometimes if you call them directly, they will email everything that you're entitled to, how many times per year. That can also be a really good indicator about what you want to plot into for the calendar year in your diary. Like how many physios, how many mental health, do you see a podiatrist? How many dentists can you see? How many eye checks? Does it include what extras do you have? So that can also be a really good thing, because then at least that's two birds with one stone, because you are making the most of your claims. Plus you're also looking after the vehicle, right? It is very beneficial as well. I know this is going to sound indulgent. If you can, maybe book something for you for your holistic body and energy, whether that be a massage once a month or once every 2 months, right? Maybe you could even join a walking group and meet them every 2 weeks, right? It doesn't have to be strenuous, but it's these things that you want to start to plot in. If you can join a walking group, at least your kids can come with you either in the pram or their bikes or their scooters, right? If you got dogs, bring them too, right? Might even be nice to sign up for a dance class or a Pilates class, maybe once a month. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes it's also beneficial to, when you look at the year, at the whole calendar, maybe schedule one weekend per quarter that you block out and do nothing. Wouldn't that be awesome? So 1 quarter, so 4 times a year, you block out one weekend 4 times a year to do zero, absolutely nothing. No commitments, no nothing, you just be, right? So then on that note as well, what about your happiness and your joy and your pleasure? So maybe even plotting in throughout the year a camping trip or even a little staycation or a beach day, right? Maybe even a little creative workshop, okay? Sometimes it's also good if you've got friends who are inclined to do this as well, to book out coffee with friend time. Do you know what I mean? If your hubby's on board with this and you're organised enough, potentially telling them what days you can do date nights, and so at least they're able to come on as well. Hang on. Yes, honey. Sorry. So all of this is very important as well, to be able to help you understand everything within your life and what's going to make you really happy and fulfilled to be able to get you across that finishing line. So this is the time where you can set yourself up for success. So then even the day that you're doing this, you will then block it out in your calendar the following year that this is your day to be able to do this, right? So when the year runs away from you, we've all been there, okay? When we're wondering where time went, it's the end of the year and we haven't done what we've wanted to do. And it feels like we're at the end of the year and we've lost a tire and the mirror's kind of broken up and the music doesn't work anymore. Do you know? So really, it's very, very important for you to be able to look after yourself and prioritize things to be able to fill your cup and keep you mentally strong. And they don't have to be expensive, okay? When you can plot things in, especially even the weekend where we don't do anything. When you don't intentionally block out time for yourselves, the year fills up with everyone else's needs. And obviously it's not your fault, you're just doing your best. But this, from me, is a loving reminder that you're allowed to take up space on the calendar, right? So making yourself a priority isn't just nice. It's a foundational self-worth so that you can survive this marathon to meet your grandkids at the other side. Do you know what I mean? So that you still have the ability and the strength to be able to continue this journey of self-worth, to prioritize yourself, get your health checkups, get your mole, get your teeth, minimums, right? Your mammograms, your pap smears. Just block them in as much as you can, right? Get your full bloods checked, all of this kind of stuff, all of the things. Self-worth is built in the moments when you say, I matter enough to go to the doctor. I deserve to move my body in ways that feel good. I will not wait until I break before I rest. I can say yes to joy even when the laundry isn't done, because you know what? The laundry will never be done. My kids need a happy mum, not a perfect mum. You are not selfish for needing space, and you are not lazy for needing rest. You are not failing because this year overwhelmed you, right? You are human and you deserve care too. So what we know about the science and psychology of motherhood, there's a book by Dr. Gabor Mate called The Myth of Normal. And he uses the term that mums and women are the shock absorbers of society, and a lot of times because we are programmed in terms of evolutionary psychology and our biology, as well as our hormones like estrogen and progesterone. If we have wombs, that means we are nurturers. Therefore, we self-sacrifice to put everyone else's needs above our own, okay? But chronic stress leads to cortisol dysregulation. Suppressed emotional needs often resurface as anxiety, anger, or burnout, which we spoke about in the last episode. Emotional neglect of yourself creates resentment, distance, and overwhelm. And we're going to do another episode one on rushing women's syndrome. And sometimes, especially if you're template or blueprint from either parent, sometimes we get it from our dads in terms of we're only worthy if we work. And then when you're at home, you're only a worthy mum if you're then busy. So then you're working so much at work and packing it all in. And when you're home, you're packing it all in. Where's your pause time? When do you pause? You know, not stopping because you can't stop, but when do you pause, right? So with this, by showing your children what healthy maintenance looks like, you pass down that generational legacy of self-respect. You're not just helping yourself, you're teaching your kids, realizing that you are very important, okay? So even though at this moment it might feel overwhelming like a chore, let's reframe this, right? Booking these things is not another item on your to-do list. It's a gift. It's a ritual. It's a reclaiming of your empowerment for your future self, okay? So figure out a week or a time that you can kind of book in these things, your service week, right? Whether it's somewhere cute at your home or go into a cafe or something special, right? If you can, if you are visual, put in cute emojis everywhere so it doesn't feel like a chore, right? It's actually a really beneficial thing for me to do. And then celebrate each completed service with something nourishing. And what does that look like for you? It doesn't mean that you have to buy something, but something nourishing for you to know that you prioritized yourself, okay? So, you are not a machine. You are a woman worthy of care, time, and joy. You will not wait for a breakdown to finally book yourself in. This year, I'm making a commitment to be able to prioritize me. All right? Well, thank you so much for your time. And honestly, this is very, very, very important. And if you do this and plot this in every single year, it'll take an hour or two, maybe a couple of hours. But once you do it, your future self will thank you because everything's organized, everything's booked in, and we can look after yourself so that you don't break down. All right. Thank you so much for your help, and I really appreciate your support. Bye.